can freely move in the ATO zone and control movement of our personnel and military machinery. Also take down the plates and numbers of the weapons that demonstrated that Ukraine created a transparent system of control over withdrawal of heavy metal from the delimitation line. The rebel combatants did not provide any necessary information on their military machinery, the routes of withdrawal, and their deployment in the rear to international monitors. Yesterday, in the direction of Derek, there was numerous cases of firing at ATO forces and communities from fire weapons and artillery. Tonenke, Kamenka, and Avdiivka came under the enemy's fire. In addition to that, at Opitne, there was a military clash, an engagement of our forces with the enemy. Because of the skill and organized fire, the attack was repelled by Ukrainian forces, and there were no casualties on our side. And in direction of Luhansk and Mariupol, yesterday we had no firing or shelling. According to the operational intelligence, the enemy are recovering their combat readiness with replenishment of ammunition, refueling, and also concentration of personnel and vehicles. Russia continuously supplies the territory temporarily under control of terrorists with mercenaries, ammunition, and military vehicles. Yesterday, the so-called humanitarian convoy number 16 came back to Russia. Yesterday, we observed 5 enemy's drones in the direction of Mariupol and also at the administrative border with the occupied Crimea. Yesterday, we had no people killed, 3 were wounded. According to the operational intelligence in the territories of temporarily occupied Autonomous Republic of Crimea and Sevastopol, FSB, the Russian Security Service offered to all the former SB officers and bodyguards who betrayed Ukraine to identify their future place of service in the Crimea, beyond the boundaries of the peninsula. Nobody needs traitors. So even in the liberated territories at Krasnoartemis district yesterday, two miners found ammunition and tried to dismantle them. And there was an explosion. Both of them died. So we'd like to call upon our citizens, if you see any suspicious and potentially dangerous explosives, immediately contact the enforcement bodies and representatives of the State Service of Ukraine for emergencies. The Ukrainian enforcement officers destroyed Russian subversives. There was a big-scale operation of SBU together with the police. They apprehended 2 people who committed a terrorist attack in Kharkiv on the 22nd of February during the March of Dignity. That was committed by one of the units of terrorist support organization. The terrorist who worked the device is a former officer of Beckett Special Police Force. Last spring, they were recruited by the Chief of General Staff Intelligence Department, and they were provided with the remuneration, and the route for escape was organized. They received from the representative of the Russian Secret Service, Nikolai, landmine with remote control, MON 100 with 2 kilos of trotile. The mine was worked remotely with a mobile phone communication. In the course of searches and their homes, the grants F1, plastite, detonators, and ammunition were seized. This is video with one of the culprits' confession. When I received from my complex information that the column started moving, I worked the device, and on the same day I told my curator that I accomplished the assignments. Then we bargained over 110,000 American dollars that I was supposed to receive in the territory of the Russian Federation. That mine was set under an angle to damage as many people on the front rows as many, where we had volunteers from volunteer deputies and representatives of the nationalist organizations. Thank you. In Donetsk, Ukrainian counterintelligence, together with military officers of the Ukrainian armed forces, apprehended a militiaman from Vostok unit. His nickname was Korobachka, and in Volnovakha district he was doing reconnaissance, developing routes for the subversive groups of terrorists. He had Makarov pistol and also the ID of Vostok illegal band formation. In Artemitsk, Ukrainian enforcers found some hiding place where they were storing their ammunition. And at Krasnodar, the same. There was a special hideout with the two landmines and Kalashnikov submachine gun ammunition. The operation is ongoing to apprehend terrorist Lysenko, who recently killed one combatant from Special Unit Circle and wounded two enforcement officers. In Luhansk, the repair brigades are renewing gas supplies at Popasna, Nizhny Tushkivka, Stanitsa Luhanska, Druzhba. Also, works for recovery of electric supplies at Valuysky, Verkhovsky, Massiv, Lkhova, Makarova, Mliva, and at Popasna. The Donetsk Oblast, the recovery and repair works are ongoing to supply energy resources to Avdiivka. However, in some other territories, it's impossible to conduct such works. They need a corridor for the repair brigades. Our rescue detachments are also supplying humanitarian aid. Yesterday, on the 27th of February, workers of the State Service for Emergencies supplied 10 tons of humanitarian aid to Maronevsky in Donetsk Oblast. That was the grits, sugar, flour, macaroni, water, and vegetables and pastries. That community suffered badly from firing and shelling. Some houses are fully destroyed and torn down. The facades are damaged, and other than that, also the lines of electric supplies, gas supplies, and heat supplies are damaged. The local cogeneration plant is fully destroyed. And in Korakhove, checkpoint, bodyguard unloaded the humanitarian aid with 18 tons with the foodstuffs. In Drushkivka, 900 packages of foodstuffs, hygiene packages were supplied to resettlers who arrived in the community in January, February. That was supplied by the Red Cross and workers. Also, the mine clearance is ongoing, starting from the beginning of 2015. Pyrotechnicians examined about 74 hectares of Luhansk Oblast and found and destroyed 1,503 units of ammunition. Ukrainian doctors provide qualified assistance to defenders of the motherland. In Chernihiv hospital, the treatment is provided for wounded military officers of the armed forces of Ukraine. Over the period of 8 years, 1,100 military officers were treated at the hospital. Also, the Central Dental Clinic of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine provide a series of unique operations for the ATO combatants. Eight military officers were operated on. In general, the Central Dental Clinic of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine provided necessary assistance to over 300 ATO combatants. Patriots of Ukraine support our defenders. People in Kirovohrad Oblast provided for the military officers and the ATO 3 trucks, KAMAZ, one Ural, and reconnaissance vehicle, PRDM2, and a Jeep. Those vehicles were worked on for the buggy and engine, all the aggregates and units. And now, another story of a hero of ATO that is on an everyday basis saving the lives of our military officers. Military surgeon Edward Ramazuk, before his mobilization, worked at Ternopil City Emergency Hospital in the ATO zone. Edward is staying for the second term. He was on the front line as part of mobile surgeon brigade at Pisky. There, under fire, he provided first-line assistance to so-called cybers. And his experience saved lives of many our combatants. He was asked why he decided to go to the front line. He was a well-established doctor. He said that real men cannot stay at home and watch war on the screen of their tellies or computers. Those people who participate in the fourth wave of mobilization here advise people on joining the force and kill the enemy inside oneself, and then we can kill the enemy that comes to our country. Otherwise, all the Ukraine will be invaded and every house will be turned down. Are there any questions to Colonel Lysenko? There are no questions. Our next briefing will take place tomorrow at noon. Thank you very much. On Monday, we will continue our work in the Ukrainian house. Tomorrow, we are having our last meeting here.